Hey everybody, so it's business hours, so I have a mask on because there are people here in the library, but I am doing our craft video for tomorrow, and I hope that y'all really enjoy this. This was a lot of fun. I utilized my children to do one of my children, and she did a fantastic job. So what we're going to do today is we're going to decorate coffee mugs with Sharpie markers. And I just say Sharpie because that's permanent markers. Should all work, but that's the most common brand. So I did one the other day, and that's what I did. I just freehand drew the R, and then I put a piece of cardstock that was cut out into a heart, and then just dotted around that cardstock to give me my heart. And then I personally am not very artistic. It's just not my talent. I'm crafty to a degree, but I couldn't just draw a picture. But one of my babies is, well, several of my babies are, but one of them did this. And so I don't know if you can see, she is really looking forward to Halloween. I don't know if y'all could tell. And so she drew all of this with Sharpies. And she did a phenomenal job. So this can be as simple or as complex as y'all want it to be. That is one of the great things with these crafts that I try to do for y'all. It's whatever works for y'all. Y'all can do. You can get these mugs at the dollar store, Dollar Tree, Dollar General. They usually have these. And they're really cheap. You want to make sure on the bottom that it says that they're microwave and dishwasher safe. Once we're done with them, they will not be dishwasher or microwave safe. I can't talk today. But we're going to have to cook these in the oven. So you want something that can handle high temperatures. So you'll need mugs. You'll need Sharpie markers in whatever colors you want to use. Paper to use as templates. You can cut out shapes. The sky's the limit. I'm going to show you how to do one kind of opposite of the R mug, where there's color around the letter that makes the letter stand out. But you bake these in an oven. I did these at 350 degrees for 30 minutes. And it didn't mess this up at all. And I've hand washed this once. And I also wrote on the bottom that it was hand wash. So if I was giving this as a gift, they would know that this is now hand wash only. This mug it has a few places that she's going to need to touch up, but it wasn't bad. But she did a lot of artwork. I mean, she spent like 2 hours, all the details and stuff on this. Did a really great job. So this one will need a little touch up. So maybe 350, and it needs an hour instead of the 30 minutes. Once that time frame though is done, you just turn off your oven and you let the oven come to room temperature again. So I did these close to bedtime, and once the timer went off, I turned the oven off and I just left them in the oven until I got up this morning, and I pulled them out of the oven this morning. So it was simple. No, you don't have to sit back and watch them or anything. So today I started on this mug. Just some ideas. Like I said, if this is a gift for grandma, have your littles just with markers and draw whatever they want to. Let them draw pictures. You can write what the grandma's name, Granny, Mama, Nanny, on the mug, and then let them color it. Let them draw flowers or bugs or whatever, trucks, people, draw y'all's family, whatever makes their little hearts happy, they can do. The sky's the limit, and the only thing that's going to limit this craft is your ability, like me, or just your imagination, where it can go wherever you want to. So on this side of this mug, I just drew a flower. I love rainbows. Rainbows are happy, and they just make me happy. So I really love those colors together. So I drew a flower, and then I colored it the colors of the rainbow. And on this side, I cut out a hole from a piece of cardstock, and I taped that on to the mug. And I have these little, they're like Post-it notes. They're just sticky on one side, letters. And so my last name is Strutton. And so I grabbed the S, and we are going to dot, but you can do lines. You'll need to be careful when you're drawing, if you draw lines across, when you're coming across, that this side doesn't pull up. I just used some tape and I rolled it in a circle. So I got my tape and I tore some off, and then I folded it in on itself, and I stuck underneath that S so it would hold it on a little bit better, because like I said, they're like sticky, like Post-it notes. They don't stick all the way under there to keep that S in place while we decorate. And that's it. Quick, real sorry. Wash in soapy water before you use. Dry it. When it's dry, take hand sanitizer or rubbing alcohol and go over the outside of it. That'll get any leftover germs, so it colors on really well. And then after that, you just grab your markers and go. So give me just a second and I'll flip this around and we will decorate the rest of this cup. All right. So also, fun fact, if you didn't know, hand sanitizer can take Sharpie off of ceramic. So if you mess up, you can have Q-tips. I put a little cotton ball on the end of a paintbrush, and I can dip that in hand sanitizer if I make a mess. If I mess something up and, I don't like it. But the joys and the little quirks of it, I think. I love handmade gifts for that purpose. So this is all in how you want to do this. I found it easier if I kind of made a pattern when I did the dots around the heart. So just to kind of keep it straight, I just kind of did circles. So I know I'm going outside, and it can just, so I just do little curly cues all the way around. We go. And that is the red. And I just set my markers up in order. My kids watched a lot of Mickey Mouse Clubhouse when they were little. And there was an episode where all the color ran away and they had no color. And so we learned the colors of the rainbow by singing along with Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. That's just a little tidbit from my house when my kiddos were little. And this you can do, it's really fun. And then as you go around, you're going to get on the paper, which is fine, but we're going to have a smooth line all around. So it's kind of like, okay, where do I stop? I don't know. And because these colors are, some of the colors are lighter than others, you know, you'll have a good mix. And, you know, there are some people that are looking at this and like, oh, but it all works. And it's just a fun little personalized craft. You can, I saw one, the internet is so full of ideas, and I love it. Where, because I have a lot of tea drinking friends, they don't actually drink coffee. So instead of, part of the decoration for that mug was they drew a string with a tea bag tab on it. And I thought that was really cute. And I know a lot of my, oh, I'm sorry, I just hit my phone. A lot of my friends would appreciate that. Alright, so last color, we got purple. And I'm just going more around this outside. To make sure we've got, throw a couple in that curve. Alright, so now I'm done. And we will see what this looks like. Alright, so I just used some washi tape to hold. You can also use painter's tape. You can use that to make lines and draw up against the lines. But see how it's just a perfect, more like an oval, not a circle. And then, oh, my tape under here. And there you go, guys, look. And there's my S. So that is as easy as that is. And I will take this home tonight and I will bake it with my rainbow flower and my rainbow S. And like I said, 350 degrees for 30 minutes for this. Like I said, this one, there's a couple of places she's going to have to touch up that the color just kind of didn't hold. So I figure I should have probably baked this one for a full hour instead of just 30 minutes. Now, something also to tell you about, I'm not going to Mod Podge this one just yet because she does need to touch it up. But especially if you are going to do a design close to the lip, you're going to want to seal it a little bit better than just the baking does. Hold on just a second, and I'm going to flip this camera around again. Okay, so just because of the toxicity of their Sharpies are non-toxic, but you don't want to just drink them all the time. So you want to seal it, and that will also protect it better. It'll last a lot longer, but the curing time for Mod Podge is 28 days. So your first day, dry it, let it dry, bake it, let it set, let it cool. And then mama's, daddy's, grandma's, this is going to be a part for you to play. Just buy your Mod Podge. You can get it at Amazon, Walmart, any hobby store, craft store that has craft supplies. It'll be there. Just make sure that it's non-toxic. You will put a light coat over the cup and let that dry. 1 to 2 hours, depending on how heavy-handed you are with that. And then do 2 to 3 more coats with the same time frame of waiting between. And then set them high up on a shelf where the kiddos can't reach them, or where you can kind of set them and forget them, and in a month they will be good to go. You can wash them, dry them, it'll just seal that design that you worked so hard on in there for a lifetime. And so that'll be really great, especially if you're doing this for family, for Christmas, for birthdays. Mother's Day's already passed, but this will be a great gift to do for then too. All of your friends or family that like hot beverages, you could make these look like anything you want them to. If you have a friend that loves hot cocoa, you could make a hot cocoa mug and have it just scream, it's time for hot chocolate and marshmallows. Or no marshmallows if you don't like marshmallows. But this is just a really, really fun craft, and my kids and I had a fun time doing this together, and that was kind of the big thing. We sat around while Abby drew, and we just talked and visited and watched her do it, and it was just good family time. So I hope your family enjoys this. I hope y'all decorate some mugs and have a fun time making memories with that. Y'all have a great day.